The closer the election draws nearer, and we're now just over 2 weeks away from the vote, the less likely it is that a stimulus deal is going to be reached between House Leader Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. Things are getting so tight that Pelosi has set a 48-hour deadline for a pre-election package, expiring by the end of Tuesday. Negotiations wouldn't stop after that point, but it would mean that any relief would be delayed until after the vote. One would assume that the appetite for cooperation might be lower on the side of the Democrats than the Republicans, given the current election polling. Then again, they will be aware of how unpredictable the Trump factor truly is, given the 2016 nightmare that haunts them to this day. According to some surveys, Joe Biden has accrued a 17-point lead over the incumbent Donald Trump. Yet according to SpreadX's prices, his chances of a victory have contracted, if only slightly. Biden's fixed odds price has risen from 40 over 85 to 4 to 7 in the space of a week. Trump, meanwhile, has seen his price fall from 7 to 4 to 11 to 8. As for the spreads, Biden has also seen a notable pullback. The Democrat is an electoral college vote spread of 313 to 321, notably down on last week's 320 to 328, and the 321 to 329 he was seeing just on Friday. Trump, meanwhile, has jumped from 210 to 218 electoral college votes to 217 to 225. Similarly, Biden is at a total states won spread of 25.5 to 27, a reduction on the 26.25 to 27.75 seen before the weekend. For comparison, the incumbent president is at 24 to 25.5. The thinking would be that a stronger Biden victory, especially if the Democrats take the Senate, which is a tough proposition, polls have them as minor favourites, potentially netting a slim majority, the more robust the eventual stimulus package would be. You know, at the moment, Democrats and Republicans are discussing that $1.8 trillion package. That could go up to the $2.2 trillion that Democrats were seeking if they do take the House and the Senate with a decent enough majority come November. Yet the markets haven't quite taken to the polls just yet. They've been distracted by the murky stimulus situation at present and another wave of worry over COVID-19 restrictions around the world, but most notably in Europe. That's likely to be an ever-present concern this week and will be battling for investors' attentions with the election, which sooner rather than later will start to have a more pronounced impact on trading as you get closer and closer to that November 3rd polling date. As for the economic calendar, it's a fairly quiet one, at least in the US, with building permits and housing starts on Tuesday, existing home sales and jobless claims on Thursday, and then the flash manufacturing services PMIs for October on Friday. The week has gotten off to a solid enough start data-wise, however, with Chinese GDP in the third quarter rising 4.9%. That's compared to the 3.2% increase in the second quarter and the 6.8% contraction in the first quarter. That number was below the 5.5% expected, but with a far stronger than expected retail sales figure, investors have taken positively to those numbers. As for the third quarter earnings season, that's now in full swing, with some of the big boys coming out to play this week. You've got IBM updating on Monday, followed by Netflix, Procter & Gamble, Philip Morris and Lockheed Martin on Tuesday, Tesla and Verizon on Wednesday, and Intel, AT&T and Coca-Cola on Thursday. It'll be those Netflix and Tesla numbers that will be the big ones for investors this week. Netflix, obviously, has it continued to benefit from the lockdown situation? It is one of those stocks that people were pouring into over the summer, as it does seem to be one of the major benefactors of the situation. While Tesla has had, a roller coaster this year, surging to unbelievable levels over the summer before pulling back in sort of the bloodbath at the start of September. So those could be key market movers as the week goes on, alongside the COVID-19 situation and any election polling updates as the week goes on.